Good evening and welcome to Saturday of the Illinois Swimming Winter Open 2021, hosted by FMC Aquatics. I'm Casey Natatorium.
And I'm Derek Ammerman.
I was about to introduce you.
Yeah, I decided to introduce myself, buddy.
Clearly you didn't learn anything yesterday.
Do you think I'll ever learn?
I'm Casey Natatorium, the voice of Illinois Swimming.
And
Head
I'm
coach.
Derek Ammerman, the beard of Illinois Swimming.
Can I finish my introduction?
By all means.
Head coach and all-around decent human. And my partner tonight, again, is Derek Ammerman. Follow him at Derek Ammerman on Twitter. He's
a very original Twitter handle.
Yes. He is of the long beard. You are correct. Maybe that should be your new long beard.
At longbeardswimcoach.com.
If you were a pirate, you'd be Longbeard. So tonight we have the women's 400 free, the men's 400 free, women's 100-meter free or butterfly, men's 100-meter butterfly, and then the women and men's 200-meter backstroke. So we had some nice swims this morning. We had a state record in the 200 back set by Carly Novaline, who we'll be seeing in action in the 100 fly tonight. And also, no, she's not in the 200 back, but we're starting out with the 400 free. And this event is seemingly dominated a little bit by Barrington Swim Club.
Looks like Barrington's got the mantra to do a lot of distance swimming. I mean, they have, if I'm not mistaken, 6 of the top 9 seeds are from Barrington, so it's going to be a very heavy Barrington field, but you got a couple of good swimmers from BR Ryle and FMC that are going to challenge them.
Absolutely. And then we'll go into the 400-meter freestyle where hopefully are we gonna see a trial cut?
I think that we've got a really good possibility to see a trial cut from several guys. You got Michael Flynn, who looked really smooth this morning. I don't think he really pushed it too hard. I know that FMC, the Trent Franson, he was told to back off a little bit so that he could make a run at the trial cut tonight. So I'm looking forward to some good swimming on that one.
Right, and then again we'll have Carly Novaline in the 100 fly. She went 52 this morning in her yard swim. That's pretty fast.
She was out in a 24.
Yeah. So she'll definitely be under trial cut, I would imagine. Hopefully wave 2. That's always exciting to see. On the men's side, Ayush Despande and Alexei Filipovic and Ranu Kasla out of Princeton are all 47s this morning and looked relatively smooth and not pushing it too hard. So I'm sure they're going to be going for that 100 fly cut, trial cut.
I'm looking forward to that race. That's going to be a dandy of a race because those three all were within 4/10 of each other, and it looks like it's going to be exciting.
And then finally we end with the 200 backstroke. 200 backstroke on the ladies' side. We might see some that are close, but it's going to be a tall order to get the trial cuts for the 200 backstroke in the men's and women's side. So that will do it for right now. We have about 10 minutes or so till game time. Just wanted to get a quick little word in here, and as we sign off for about 10 minutes, you got any parting thoughts for the crew, for the crowd?
I'm just looking forward to some really fast swimming, buddy.
And millions at home.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be a fantastic night. We're going to see more Olympic trial cuts, and it's just going to be another day of great swimming in Illinois.
All right. Well, we'll be right back in a few minutes with some live racing.
It begins with water. Illinois needed more of it, as many of the Prairie State's championship swimming meets were being held outside the state lines. Fortunately, Illinois still has people with vision. Marianne Kaufman followed her vision, and the stunning result is FMC Natatorium, completed in the summer of 2020. Its creation will thrill any fan of the aquatic arts. 2 Murtha vessels cover the full spectrum of liquid possibilities. The smaller pool features Murtha's soft walk flooring system, making it the perfect setting for FMC's teaching and water safety plan. It will also be used for competitive swim training and for a cool-down and warm-up pool during large meets. Seating on 3 sides provides great sight lines to the main event, 9 lanes and 50 meters worth of all deep water. 2 stainless steel Murtha bulkheads allow all that fluid space to be tailored for swimming, diving, and water polo. For training, a 25-yard cross course makes it simple for practice to become perfect. And when it comes to championship swimming, Murtha track start blocks with sleek custom finishes are the perfect element to prompt exceptional performance. When the seats are filled and the lights are up, remember what it took to make this aquatic dream come true. Water, vision, creation.
And we're back. Welcome, swim fans, to a fast night of swimming here in Westmont, Illinois at the Illinois Swimming Winter Open, hosted by FMC Aquatics here at the FMC
Natatorium.
Thank
right.
you. Yeah. FMC, fun fact, for my children.
For my children, that's right.
So we got B final, Heat 1, Lane 1. Camilla Nowak from Glenbrook. Lane 2, Caroline Zibner from Wheaton. Lane 3, Julia Polsky from Wolfpack. Lane 4, Abby Taut from Wolfpack. Lane 5, Paige Armstrong from St. Charles. Lane 6, Burlington Bocos from FMC. Lane 7, Renee Tan from Wolfpack. Lane 8, Sadie Murphy from Academy. And lane 9, Kalia Hughes from Wolfpack. Wolfpack pretty well represented in this B final.
I got to tell you, this is a really strong B final. If you look at that, I mean, my goodness, these are some of the best swimmers in Illinois, and they didn't even make the A final. They're in the B final. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, this has been a great, fast weekend of swimming so far. So this should continue tonight. So we'll see. Should be a clean start here. And after they dive off here, tell us how they should swim the 400, Derek.
Okay. Well, let's see who was out first. It was, looks like it was, Caroline Zimner. Wow, with a .53. She was under 6/10 on the reaction time. Good for her.
So, yeah, the 400 is 8 lengths.
So you want to control your first 100. You know, what we called yesterday easy speed. You get out to a good strong, but, you know, not overly, don't be overzealous with it. Build that second 100 and then take off that third 100, which is what most people will do, and then bring it home with everything you got on the fourth 100.
Yeah, out there in lane 8, Sadie Murphy with a 29.9. She's getting after it. I had a swimmer once tell me the 400 was his favorite event because he said you could just, you know, kind of have a bad first 200 and then just swim past the second 200 and still get a decent
Absolutely.
time. And there's some truth to that.
Absolutely. I mean, you got Sadie who might be trying something a little different and trying to go out really, really fast. I know I talked to her coach, Glenn Brown, this morning. He was talking about how she was just ready to get out after it for tonight. So,
well, maybe like you had mentioned yesterday, she swims better from the front. So that's what you like to. That's what you would like to do. So she's out in a 103.1, 33.2 on that 50 there. Close behind is Bocos and Tan.
Yep. You were talking about race strategy and you know what the hardest race was, and I wanted to give a shout out to Jack Wanless from yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I had asked people to comment on who would or what the hardest race was, and Jack Wanless gave by far the greatest answer ever. Jack said that the 50 free is by far the hardest event, and when we asked him why, he said, "Well, because you have to be." Good-looking and athletic.
Yeah, and athletic.
To be able to do it. So, you know, and as a former 50 freestyler, I can absolutely appreciate that. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think he's that good though at the 50. It was Sadie Murphy still flipping first at that 150 mark, but it looks like the rest of the field is starting to reel her in a little bit here as we come to the halfway point. Sadie's still in the lead. 34.8, but then out in lane 4, Abby Taut outsplit her there 34.2. So Sadie was 2.12 and Abby was 2.13, so they're pretty close. Looks like Abby's kind of taking the lead a little bit from Sadie here.
And Paige Armstrong's making a move too.
Yeah, well, you figured that, you know, these girls were all 5:01 in the morning, so they definitely have endurance, right? They just got to make sure. A lot of these kids haven't swam long course in, 18, 19 months. They haven't raced long course. So this is a whole, almost brand new again. Abby Taut there with a 33.6, really dropping down over a full second on that 50 from the rest of the field to kind of separate herself, and she seems to not be looking back.
Well, I know that Abby's 500 in yards is a lot faster than the 5:01 she went this morning. So she might have just been doing a little cruise in order to be able to save up a little bit for tonight. So
yeah, and just trying to get in. That's what she did and got in tonight. So she's a 33.8 there, 320.9. Now the Olympic trial cut here is a 4:16.89. These girls will not make that, but we still want them to come home in about a 1:06 or so, and maybe get a nice 4:26, 4:27.
I'm thinking that Abby will be the one who goes that. The rest of them will probably come in around 4:32.
Right.
So still great times. I mean, those are some fast swims.
Yeah, by Saturday night, some of the kids, though, if they've done a bunch of, and we haven't done too many races, right? You can only do 6 races total here.
Right.
But Abby with a 33.4, definitely not slowing down. No one else is even close.
Paige and Julia went 34s on that one before they were 35 mid, so they're pulling it in a little bit more.
But day 3 here does tend to start to wear a little bit on some of these athletes, especially if they're not doing some proper recovery and getting in some solid nutrition and not sleeping properly. By tomorrow, they'll really be hurting. But
well, good call on that one, Case. She finished 32.97 for a 4:27.38.
Great swim by Abby. Julia, 32.8 on that last 50. That was the fastest 50 out of all of them there.
Yeah.
4:31.5, and then
Sadie Murphy pulled it out at the end, 33.35.
So she was able to hang on pretty decently.
Yeah,
so that
nice
was
swim,
heat 1.
ladies.
It was a good swim.
That's a good start to the night.
Absolutely. So now we go to Heat 2. This is the A final. In Lane 1, we have Anna Andres from B.R. Ryle. Lane 2, Allison Butendorp from Barrington. And very shortly here, well, the next, 6 names are all Barrington. So Allison Butendorp in 2, Jenna Kerr in 3, Emily Bucaro in 4, Lillian Reeder in 5, Maggie Graves in 6, and Olivia Dorshorst. Oh, that's a nice name. I like that one.
That might be our Kane Kriz of the night.
Might be the Kane Kriz of the night. Yeah. But all 6 of those ladies are from Barrington. In Lane 8, our 800 champ, Piper Wood Prince from FMC Aquatic, and in Lane 9 from FMC, Kaylee Tuma. So the slowest girl here was a 500, and the fastest was 4:51. So there's a pretty decent range in between the first and 9th qualifier here in this heat, so there'll probably be some separation. But it should be a good race here between Lillian and Maggie. They were both 4:51 this morning, and I'm pretty positive they've both been faster than that in yards.
Oh, yeah. Both of them have been 4:48 at least.
Yeah. So
Coach told them to give it a nice, not loaf, but kind of cruise this morning so that they can come back tonight ready to go. So
right, and their goal is definitely that 4:16. So we'll see how close. They got to go about what is that, 104 per 100?
Yeah.
32 O's. I mean, that's some pretty fast math there.
And that's some pretty fast swimming to go along with it.
Looks like Allison did not show up for this heat. Hope everything's okay with her. But we missed the reaction times there, but that's all right.
I believe somebody from Barrington won it.
Maybe. Nobody really cares.
People are probably like, what is a reaction time?
Right. People don't even understand, like the beep and then they go. Yeah, okay. So out first, they're all about even here, but first to the wall is Emily Bucaro from Barrington. She's at 30.1. But everybody there pretty much 30-point. So a little different than the first heat where you had Sadie out in a 29.
Yeah.
So
it looks
she
like
was
they're
out.
Controlling it a little bit more.
Yeah, she was definitely out faster. Now the goal here would be like go out in a 30 and then pretty much even split the rest of the way.
Yeah, I'd
think?
say you want to go 32s and try and control that, and then try and keep it as you get that third 100 where your body starts to get tired. Just keep controlling it a little bit more.
And out in lane 8, Piper Wood Prince throwing down a 32.5 to take the early lead, 102.9, but close behind them. Close behind her, Maggie Graves and Lillian and a bunch of other Barrington swimmers.
Like you said the other day, Piper Wood Prince came back to win that 800, so
right.
She's out pretty strong. And
so she's definitely got the endurance to hang on to this race.
Absolutely.
But are the other I have a feeling some Barrington ladies are going to
challenge her at the end here. Yeah.
So Piper with
33.4.
Yep. 33.8 by Maggie, 33.7 by Lillian, 33.6 by Emily. So they're all staying right on each other's hips basically, and just kind of looks like already not probably going to get the Olympic trial cut, but now it's just going to be a race, and they're all probably just waiting until the last 100, and then it's going to be fastest lady wins here.
Yeah, right now Piper's got the advantage, but we'll see what happens here in this third.
Yeah, 33.3, so she's 209.7.
And the rest of them were 34s, other than Maggie, who went 33.9. So.
Yeah, so 209, 210, 200. So we'll see if they can hopefully even split this and at least get 421, 422. That's a pretty tall order, though, if they're not used to swimming the 400, which they probably aren't.
Well, I mean, they're probably very able to swim this, with as much as they do with their coach, Rob. I know that he pushes them to their breaking point sometimes, and, that's why you have so many great swimmers from Barrington, because he trains them so well.
He does train them hard, that's for sure. So a bunch of 33s on that 50 as they
started to pick it up.
They started to pick it up on the back half here.
You got Lillian and Maggie who are starting to.
But Piper is still out in lane 8, just kind of cruising right along. She had probably for her a rather slow swim this morning, 4:57.
Yeah, I know that she's been at least 4:52, probably quicker than that actually. But
yeah, Piper dropped down to a 33.2, and the only other 33 was Lillian.
Yeah.
So
looks
Piper,
like Emily Biccaro's doing pretty well too. Her and Maggie are going to challenge for third.
Yeah, let's see. Piper's. You can see her legs are starting to get into the race a little bit more now on this last 100, but so is Lillian's. So are Lillian's? So are Lillian's or are Lillian's?
Yeah, you bet. It's a mixture of both.
It's a grammar.
R is Lillian's.
Are Lillian's legs or is Lillian's legs?
Yes.
Okay.
We're just going to go with whatever you say, voice.
Piper 33.8, Lillian with a 33.1 on that 50, trying to reel Piper back in, but I don't think
I don't think she's got enough real estate to catch her. But I mean, look at her. Look at those legs.
No, this is definitely using those legs, which distance swimmers don't necessarily enjoy kicking.
So here's the Olympic trial right there, the wave 2. So they're not that far off.
No.
These are young kids that are
Absolutely.
4:23. Wow.
4:23.
Bicaro comes in third. So well done to Emily coming in there on that last 50, and her and Maggie having a nice race.
Yeah, those were good swims by all the women here. Well done. So now we go to the men's 400-meter free. The Olympic trial cut is a blistering 3:57, and that is fast.
That is uber fast.
That is fast, and it's going to be exciting to see if we have anyone in the second heat. But in this first heat, we got Braxton Bocos from FMC lane 2, Benjamin Guerrero in lane 3 from Academy, lane 4 Colin Kingsley from Scout, Daniel, our Frenchman, Lagoy.
It's Langlois. I found that out today. Langlois.
All right, Daniel Langlois from Barrington in lane 5, Christian Travis, Waves Bloomington in 6. From YWCA Flying Fish, Aaron Martin in 7, and in lane 8, Hayward Wilson from New Trier.
Correction on that is Langlois.
Langlois. Oh, okay. Well,
my apologies, Daniel.
That's from our crack research team, which we think.
Well, I went and asked his coach.
Right. That's the crack research team.
It doesn't get more crack than that.
All right, so it looks like we're having a little bit of a scoreboard malfunction here. They're on the wrong lane.
They're on the wrong heat. So
but
right now it looks like the 100 fly.
The time is still correct.
Yes.
Right? So, and it didn't stop, who was it out there? Aaron Martin, I think, from being the fastest reaction.
That is correct.
So these gentlemen are out 27s.
Looks as though lane 4, Colin Kingsley.
Right.
It looks like he's got the early advantage.
That might be a little bold.
Yeah, he was out pretty quick.
It looks like
kind of like Sadie Murphy in that 800, but she was able to bring hers back. So
she was able to hang on.
Yeah, maybe
she definitely was able to hang on.
Maybe Colin will be able to do that again here.
Whoa!
And now we're in the second heat of the
now
fly,
we have completely lost all the scoreboard.
So right now we're going to say that.
They're right on Olympic trial pace.
Absolutely. Colin and Daniel are taking the early lead.
Colin in lane 4, and then Daniel right behind. Actually,
they're right neck and neck.
Yeah, he may pull slightly ahead.
And you got
see if I can get a stopwatch
Hayward
going
Wilson
here.
over there in lane 8.
so we could get some sort of close guesstimate of their,
Absolutely.
of their time, of their at least their 50s, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll be I won't know, but we'll try.
Well, we want to do the best that we can for our listeners.
That's what I think.
All 61 of them.
Wasn't there a Roosevelt who said, "Do the best you can with what you have, where you're at," or something? Was that the quote?
I believe that's correct, actually.
Okay, that's somewhere along those lines.
Abe Lincoln, whatever you are, be a good one.
Right. Didn't he just say that like 20 years ago?
So that was probably around a 30.
Around a 30 for those two gentlemen, for Daniel and Colin out in lane 4 and 5, setting the early pace here. They're at the halfway point.
Might be getting an outside smoke, though. You take a look at
Hayward
over
Wilson
there. He's starting to get it going a little bit.
Yeah, that's not a technique you see very often in a long distance race, though, with that straight
shoulder driven freestyle.
Right. Yeah, that's. I think he might not be as tall in stature as some of the other athletes, so he may be a little bit stronger, at least through the shoulders, and little stout, I think, is what.
I'd say that's a good way of putting it. That's why you're the voice of Illinois swimming.
Right.
Because you put things in such a good perspective.
Put things in, I explain them in a way that even the lay people can understand.
Even those of us who don't know what you're talking about understand.
I barely know what I'm talking about. All right, so these boys are probably around a 102 in that 100 there.
Yep.
102, 103. It's a good, solid 100 split. We got 100 left.
This is a three-way race right here.
Yeah, all the way out there in lane 8, you got Hayward Wilson. In lane 5,
you've
the
got
Frenchman.
Daniel, who's starting to pull away a little bit.
And lane 4, Colin, who's probably, he's not breathing to Daniel's side, but he will be on the way back.
Yeah.
That's Rowdy's favorite thing.
And Daniel won't be breathing to – oh, no, he's a three-way – he breathes every third, so.
Well, Daniel just is able to breathe to both sides.
Yep. So that's a huge advantage, I think, for swimmers, especially in the end.
To be able to go both ways?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So Daniel is pull it away.
Look at that race. I mean, Daniel with I'm
going to go with like a 4:08. That's my guesstimate.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're off.
I'm way too fast, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm going to say probably 4:12.
Okay.
But I'm sure I'm wrong because I could never outdo the voice.
You could outdo the voice. No, that's for sure. So I'm the voice.
But it was a nice race. I mean, Hayward came back at the end, and then Colin, even though he took it out, he was the first guy out.
Yeah.
He still finished strong. So good. The race strategy didn't seem to affect him.
Right. So now, as they are, resetting the clock and having some technical difficulties, they're going to have the athletes clear the pool. What do you think? Like an athlete right now who's standing there behind the block, as the music comes on, as we wait for the scoreboard to reset and everything. What's going through the athlete's head? Is this something normal for them? Sit and wait?
You want to make sure that your athletes are prepared for any circumstance. So if they have to sit there and wait, they're just going to kind of relax and chill. Sometimes you tell your athletes right before if they use music or something like that to get going, just have them listen to their music until they're ready to go. These guys here, some of them, their nerves might be getting to them a little bit, but you just want to, try and keep them as calm as you can so they don't get going too much, use up too much energy, and then not have anything for the race. So looks like they're starting to get the board back a little bit.
Right.
They've got the Heat 1 back up now, so we just got to get it moved to the Heat 2. And
so what I always am I go back and forth with my athletes is whether they should stay standing or whether they should sit, right? And sometimes I feel it's best to sit, get off those feet a little bit. But then sometimes some athletes, if they sit, too much nervous energy just starts building up.
Yeah, they if they need to keep moving in order to keep themselves from their nerves getting shot. They got to move around, let them move around a little bit or whatever. Yeah, I agree with you. I know that sometimes athletes don't sit because they're afraid they're going to put a rip in their tech suit or something like that too.
Well, that is that doesn't happen as much as it used to, right? I mean, but like back in the early days of those tech suits, they were blowouts all over the place.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you'd see bare butts just because of the explosions.
We had one year when they came out with the band Faskins or whatever. And
the
we
full
had the
body
Speedos,
suits and
stuff. We had 3 girls that sat on blocks. They were new blocks with that rough material, and they ended up getting holes in them, so we had to go and get them changed out. And Speedo was great with that. They were able to change it out and whatever, but still, it was a little nerve-wracking for the girls.
Speedo is a solid swim company. They are, I believe, the sponsor of Illinois Swimming.
I believe they are. So
good job,
shout
Speedo.
out to Speedo.
Well done, Speedo. We appreciate you. You can look me up on Twitter if you want to hook me up with some Speedo gear.
Yeah. Mine, your Twitter is at Derek Ammerman. That's right.
at Longbeard.
At Longbeard.
Pirate Longbeard.
The beard of Illinois swimming here, ladies and gentlemen.
Now that cannot be outdone. So it looks like they finally got the right heat up. I'm sure they're going to run a test or two, right, just to make sure that it's...
Got to make sure the equipment's running before you send them going. Otherwise, they're going to have to rely on the watch times.
Right, and those are sometimes can be pretty unreliable.
Depending on who you have, as long as you train your timers correctly, it shouldn't be a problem. But in some cases...
I know they do go through a very thorough briefing right before the meet. Some of the officials, who are all here, I believe, out of the goodness of their own hearts, right? This is all a volunteer position for them.
Yeah, I mean,
all of the ladies and gentlemen in white shirts.
You've got 20 or so officials that are here for the meet. Then you've got, not to mention the 16 timers that are all volunteers, and you've got the hundreds of workers that come here. So
hundreds? That seems a little extreme.
Well, you're extreme.
I think we may have 10 workers here.
10 workers, okay. I saw 10 in the concessions or the hospitality room alone.
I'm just saying.
Well, you can.
All right. So I think we're ready to go. Yep, here we go. We just got the thumbs up from the referee, Miss Widowson. Is that her name?
Ann Widowson.
Ann Widowson.
That's correct.
Yeah. So we will go to Heat 2. The A final in lane 1 from Champaign County, Nolan Miller. In lane 2 from FMC, Aiden Dunn. In lane 3 from Bloomington Normal, Tyson Tucci. Lane 4, FMC, Trent Franson. Lane 5 from Lions, Michael Flynn. Lane 6 from Lincoln Way, Joseph Bosey. Lane 7 from FMC, Peyton Werner, who I mistakenly identified as a Harvard swimmer, but he's a Princeton guy, and I'm sure.
Ooh, bad move on your part.
I know. That I apologize. Lane 8, FMC, John Ailing, and lane 9, St. Charles swim team, Calvin Windell. St. Charles, home of John Cable.
That is correct.
He's one
Johnny
of my favorites.
C.
I hope you're out there listening to us.
Yeah, Johnny. If you are, hope all's well.
Out there in St. Charles. So these gentlemen, again, 357.29 is what they're hoping for, what they're shooting for. I hope, you hope to win $1 million, but you...
Well, I'd hope to be good looking, but it hasn't happened yet, so...
Yeah, you still got time.
But I got the beard,
The beard covers up a lot, I think, is what it does.
0.62, and then you had 1.91 in lane...
yeah, I don't think that was right.
Yeah, I'm going to go with inaccurate on that one.
So let's see who's going to set the pace out. Looks early on.
Franson took it out this morning, too. He was the number 1 guy at the 100 in the 500 this morning in his heat.
Yeah, well, it looks like the scoreboard is still not quite operational as far as splits go.
No, it's not splits, but we've got the timer running.
The timer's running.
Yep.
But we didn't get splits, and apparently they didn't.
There's Franson going out in the lead.
They should have tested it.
You've got Peyton Werner, also from FMC.
Yeah, out there in lane 7. And this is going to be an interesting race just in, there we go, 56s, 57s.
So it looks like they're just not catching down at this end.
Yeah, so we may just get 100 splits, which is okay.
Yeah.
Just a few less
That's right.
to write down.
So right now you're looking at, in order to be able to get an Olympic trial cut, you'd have to go 3 1-minute splits right here.
Right. Which is a tall order, but something that these guys can do it.
Absolutely.
They definitely can control their speed. You got Tucci looking like he's picking up his pace slightly down here in lane 3. Up in lane 7, Peyton Werner is second, and still in the lead is Trent Franzen from FMC.
Trent's taking it out strong. I mean, you got Michael Flynn, who looked like he was kind of relaxing that first 100, and
he
looks like
definitely
he's
was
starting to pick it up a little bit as well.
And he's always a back half guy.
Yeah.
Like he's a back half swimmer for sure. So this, like my former swimmer said, like the first 200 just kind of sets the stage, and then you just get after it to second.
So you got
200.
Franson, who went out as 00, so he's still under what I would consider to be the Olympic trial cut, but
well, everybody considers it to be the Olympic trial cut, not just you.
Under the 200 half. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you knew what I meant. So
Yeah, he was out 157.
thanks a lot, schmuck.
I don't think that's a proper language.
It's Yiddish.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but
He's
Franson
still going, man. He is really pushing.
Looks like he was around a 30.0 on that 50 as well. That's just eyeballing.
Werner's over there in lane 7. He's
still strong. Flynn has passed Tucci, and we're going to see what this last 125 meters brings for Trent. If he can get under that 3:57.29, shoot off some fireworks indoors. That'd be pretty exciting.
Absolutely. He's just
see.
over it.
Ooh,
He's going to have to go a
257.6. So he's
going to have to go 59 in order to do it. But
59. But he just went 100.4 on that
and
100.
he was 007 the last time. So
he is right there.
Yep.
He is right there. And
Dave Krodiak's over there yelling
running
at him
on those knees that need to be replaced.
I mean,
talked to him this
I
morning.
got to tell you, Coach Dave over there looks like he's about ready to fall over with those. But he's walking with him step for step. So good job to Dave.
He is.
He was 3:27.
Franson's still right on it. He's got to come home.
To really, really push it.
But it looks like his tempo has increased and his legs have gotten into it a little more.
What's that cut again?
3:57.29.
Scoreboard went out.
I don't know what has happened to the scoreboard, but that may work in his benefit.
349, 350, 351, 352.
Get in there. Don't breathe.
55. Come on, get in there. Oh, no.
Man.
0.3 off. He went 357.59.
59. Man.
Well, that's still an awesome effort by Trent Franson.
Fantastic
of,
swim.
FMC.
Fantastic swim by all of them.
Peyton Werner second, 4:02.38.
Right, Michael Flynn, 4:04.
So yeah, there's that back half that you were talking about.
Right, great swim, gentlemen. Now we're going to enter a 10-minute break here as we will shift to a shorter, quicker event, the 100-meter butterfly. Hopefully they'll get the timing system figured out and we'll be good to go. So we will see you all back in
And if
about
you guys
10
have
minutes.
anything you want to comment about the voice of Illinois swimming or the beard of Illinois swimming, feel free to comment on our page. And
just nice comments.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't like the other mean stuff. I don't take it well.
We'll be right back. And we're back for the Illinois Swimming Winter Open here in Westmont, Illinois, hosted by FMC Aquatics. Women's 100-meter butterfly, lane 1, Angelina Messina from St. Charles. Lane 2, Sierra Lindu from Academy Bullets. Lane 3, Quinn Bike from St. Charles. Lane 4, Julietta Tracy from FMC. Lane 5, Lindsay Drum from FMC. Lane 6, Milena Busman from Busma from Patriot. Lane 7, Kira McGowan from FMC. Lane 8, Tiffany Ruin from FMC. And lane 9, Alexis Wendell from New Trier.
Looks like it's going to be a nice heat. Not very much separation between first and ninth.
Yeah, all these girls 55, 56 this morning in the 100-yard. So what, looking for about a 105 or so this evening in the long course?
105, 106, somewhere in that area, yeah.
Whatever it takes?
Yeah, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
So these ladies out nice. 0.52 reaction I saw from Busma. That's fast.
That is anything under 0.6 is ridiculous reaction. So,
right. And
looks like lane 7's got the two FMC girls.
Look down here.
Oh
lane
wow!
1.
I didn't even see her.
That's some outside
Messina,
smoke.
She was
29.4 on that first 50.
She was rocking yesterday as well.
Now let's see if she can hold on. Sometimes early speed does not bode well for some of these ladies and gentlemen, but as we've seen, I've been wrong often. So.
Just depends on the kid. I mean, how they practice, how they train.
Right.
You know, how they approach the race. Each kid is different.
Now, do you think that Sun in lane 3 is going to cause any issues for anyone breathing in, or do they not?
Not anybody that really cares or gets it going. 103.8.
103.
Wow. 104s. Holy. Toledo, I was way off.
Yeah, I was a little closer, so I won that, but I was still over.
Well, that's a dynamite drop-in, boys.
The price was wrong.
That's right. And
Julietta first with the 103, Kira McGowan in second, 104.1, and Messina in third, 104.31.
So she was able to hold her
early speed
50 pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So now we go to the second heat, A final. In lane 1, Madeline Padovic from Hornets. Lane 2, Greta Pelzik from New Trier. In lane 3, Reed Broaders from Champaign. Lane 4, Paige Collins from FMC. Lane 5, Carly Novaline from NASA. Lane 6, McKenna Stone from FMC. Lane 7, Angela Coe from Champaign County. Lane 8, Emma Pritchett from Glenbrook Swim Club. And lane 9, Maya Arroyo from Chicago Wolfpack.
I know that this morning Carly set the new state record, which I believe was held by McKenna Stone. So I know that McKenna Stone has...
Payback on her mind, maybe?
Perhaps, but I know that she's going to throw a really good race at Carly, so it should be fun to watch.
Yeah,
these two go at it.
Wave 1 trial standard is 1:00.69. Wave 2, 59.59, which is, again, roughly
ridiculous fast.
Top 30 in the nation. So we'll see if Carly can, or even McKenna can get down there. But Carly was off quick, 0.64.
0.64, 0.63 by Paige Collins. It seems to be the fast.
0.55 was Greta.
Pelzik.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah.
But Carly's quick,
out commanding.
With great underwater off that start.
Her underwaters are some of the best I've ever seen. She just gets through that water with such precision.
McKenna not too far, though, right on her hip here as we enter the first 50. She's 28.
And you've got Angela Coe right with her.
28.6 from McKenna and 28.7 from Angela. So these girls are up fast enough to get under or to go the trial cut. Let's see if they can hang on here. Just got to go back in a 32, right? 32.0.
45 now, so
they're already past the halfway.
She's a little bit past halfway, so it looks pretty good.
1:00.69 is the Olympic trial cut, and 59.59 is wave 2.
I know that McKenna just missed
they're just going to be just in.
Yeah.
Just off.
101.07, McKenna 101.65. Paige coming in. Angela Coe going second, 101.64. So she touched out McKenna.
So a half second off for Carly, but great effort from her.
A great effort from all the ladies. Yeah, that's right. Beautiful
next,
swims.
Men's 100 butterfly. B final, lane 1, James Shorney from Team Millennium. Lane 2, Matthew Reed from FMC. Lane 4, a youngster, Jeffrey Hugh Howe. 14 from FMC. Lane 4, Donovan Layman from FMC. Lane 5, Joshua Song from Glenbrook. Lane 6, your boy, Joshua Knoll from Peoria. Lane 7, Connor Boyle from FMC. Lane 8, Nicholas Katovi from Glenbrook. And lane 9, Anders Ryan from Team Millennium. I kind of like
I'm really
the first
glad
name,
that you're
Anders.
saying these names so that I don't have to try butcher them as bad. So,
yeah, so
Anders Ryan might be the new name for
Anders
today.
is a good one.
Yeah.
There's a Anders Holmes who was a swimmer, but he's also an actor now.
That's correct.
And he was on, I forget the name of the show, but he's a pretty funny guy.
Anders Holm was a heck of a swimmer, too.
Yeah, didn't he swim in Wisconsin?
That's correct.
Yeah. He's from Illinois. Is he from Illinois? No.
No. I think he's from Iowa. No, that's not right either.
I don't know. I follow him on Twitter. Sometimes he puts out funny stuff.
I just follow, like guys like Artur Wodot. He was from Iowa.
Oh, yes. He was a great butterflyer back in the day, wasn't he? Was I
He was
right
a
on that?
200 freestyle.
Oh, I was way wrong on that.
133, I believe, in his 200 free.
So it looks like they're having. What do you think? What do you think is happening down there?
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that because it's showing the women's 100 fly that they're
Still having issues with the timing
scoreboard,
system,
yeah.
huh? So they called the gentleman up and then brought him back down.
That's right. So you look at this heat. I mean, you take a look. Donovan Layman, who's in lane 4. He's a sprint freestyler. Swims at North Carolina. Was telling me the other day that he hasn't swam 100 fly since he was like a freshman in high school, and his coach put him in a last chance meet, just for one. He put him in at the 100 fly at the last chance meet. He went 48.
Oh.
So he's like, that became his new third event for
That's not a.
ACCs.
Isn't he also almost 7 feet tall? He's pretty tall.
He's pretty tall.
Maybe 6'6".
So referencing Artur Wodot, kid in lane 6, Josh Knoll, who's one of my swimmers, his uncle was Dan Stoppenhagen, who was actually on a Big Ten champion relay with Artur Wodot back in, I want to say 1991, 92.
Oh.
So a lot of swimming history here. I mean, I can't even imagine what everybody in the heat's history is. I just know, certain things about a couple of guys there. So, and then you got Connor Boyle in lane 7, who's the state record holder in the 100 free.
And just off in the 50 free, right?
Yeah.
Like he went 19.8, I think.
19, yeah. I want to say that he went 19.7 at some point in high school.
I mean, you can say it because he probably did it. You're pretty good with the numbers.
Yeah.
You're the beard and the calculator of Illinois
beard
swimming.
and calculator of Illinois swimming.
I'm just
okay.
the voice.
Well, I don't know what's
Probably the face.
I mean,
I
most
don't
people
think
are
I'm the
just
face.
jealous of the beard, so because they don't want to see the face.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind being the face of Illinois swimming.
Well, as long as you had money coming with you,
Right.
that
Well,
would
I'm
be
sure
nice.
somebody would say, like, why is he the face? What is? He doesn't look like he needs to.
Which one am I?
That's you.
Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna yell.
Yeah, he was going to yell. And I think next time, though, you yell, we just mute both of them because I don't think muting one really stops it from bleeding over. So,
Well, while we have a break in the action, Casey, what's a good question to ask our swimming audience?
well, where is the farthest listener from?
Okay, that's
Right,
a great
like-
that's a great question. Everybody who's listening, do we have anybody from overseas that might be
Right.
listening
Do
because
we have
they're
any foreign people?
yeah.
Or Americans abroad who
Yeah.
are on vacation and just can't get enough of Illinois swimming?
Or the fact that their cousin is swimming in this and they wanted to watch their cousin.
I mean, right. So,
Comment on the page and let us know where you're from.
we assume most people are from Illinois, I'm thinking. Right? I'm thinking.
I'm going to go, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, we're back to live action. Wasn't that a live action? He was
It was live action before.
No, but wasn't there a reality show about live like a guy who used to yell live action? Anyway,
I have no idea. I'm going to go with yes on that one.
he used to catch critters in people's houses.
So there's Donnie taking it out strong.
Yeah, well, you expect that from him, right?
Especially
he's a
because
sprinter
he's a 50 guy.
and
So
a 50.
he wants to get out fast and hopefully hang on. You got Josh Knoll, Connor Boyle, and
Yeah, Donovan out 26-1. The Olympic trial cut here is a 54-19. So 54-19 Olympic trial cut. I don't know that these gentlemen will make it.
I don't think they're going to get it, but they're pushing it really good. Look at Donnie still going, and
you could tell he's starting to hurt a little bit.
Up. Guy next to him, Jeffrey, is.
If Josh has a good finish, I think he may sneak in for the win.
Oh, Josh is hitting it too, but 56-9 for Josh, who got third. You got 56-8 from Jeffrey, who was second, and then Donnie Layman finishing there at 56-4 for a guy who didn't swim the 100 fly until a few weeks ago. That's pretty nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It may not just become a third event, it may be his first event.
That's right. Like, 48's a pretty solid time.
Pretty solid. So now we enter Heat 2.
This is going to be
final.
I call this the race of the night, Casey. I think
you're right.
Be really good.
So lane 1, Andrew Lynn from Champaign County. Lane 2, Parker Nolan from Wolfpack. Lane 3, Garrett Clayson from FMC, who we found out had back surgery not too long ago.
That's right.
Is that right? So great return for him. Lane 4, Ayush Deshpande from FMC. Lane 5, Alexei Filipovic from St. Charles. Lane 6, Rana Kozla from FMC. Lane 7, Alex Dillman from FMC. Lane 8, Tegan Cook from West Chicago. And lane 9, Connor McCarthy from FMC.
You look at those, like I said originally, those three in the middle, Deshpande, Filipovic, and Kozla. You've got all three 47s this morning. Not sure they even pushed it.
We'll see. I mean, you know that Filipovic is going to get out fast. He is a sprinter. Ronak just seems to be kind of a jack of all trades here. We've seen him in IMs and breaststroke and backstroke. He's just a solid all-around swimmer.
And he's got a great beard.
And he does. And Ayush is also a solid swimmer as well. So 54-19 Olympic trial cut, wave 1, 53-37. That's a tall order, though. Wave 2.
0.61 or 0.56 by Tegan Cook.
Yeah,
good for
West
Chicago's got a nice.
But,
wow. Look at Filipovic take it out.
Filipovic just
Toledo.
Crushing his first 50. He is trying to leave nothing to chance, right? He is just getting after it. Hit that wall perfectly. 24-9. That is
ridiculous
fast. Really fast. 25 by Deshpande and Kozlov, both right behind him.
Looks like Kozlov's starting to make a move.
Yeah, we just hope that Filipovic
can hold on.
He doesn't hit too much, but he's going to be right there. He's fighting it, though. He's definitely fighting through. Kozlov's going to pass him here at the end.
I think they're going to.
Are they going to be just off?
53-8, 54-4.
54-4, just off.
Just off so Kozlov got the wave 2.
Makes wave 1.
Or wave 1, excuse me, thank you.
Wave 1, and Filipovic just off 54-47 in the cuts.
Dillman came in there at the end. Nice second 50 for Alex.
54-19 was the cut. Filipovic 54-47. So maybe what would that was a great swim by Filipovic, but it's kind of crushing to.
I think he just took it out probably a little too fast. He just went out for it. He tried to do his best, and unfortunately he came up a little short.
Just hold off just a little on that first 50.
That's right.
Just a little. Well, that's the one more event to go here. We got the women and men's 200-meter backstroke, and that will be in roughly 10 minutes. So we will see you then. Thanks for listening.
It begins with water. Illinois needed more of it, as many of the Prairie State's championship swimming meets were being held outside the state lines. Fortunately, Illinois still has people with vision. Marianne Kaufman followed her vision, and the stunning result is FMC Natatorium, completed in the summer of 2020. Its creation will thrill any fan of the aquatic arts. 2 Murtha vessels cover the full spectrum of liquid possibilities. The smaller pool features Murtha's soft walk flooring system, making it the perfect setting for FMC's teaching and water safety plan. It will also be used for competitive swim training and for a cool-down and warm-up pool during large meets. Seating on 3 sides provides great sight lines to the main event, 9 lanes and 50 meters worth of all deep water. 2 stainless steel Murtha bulkheads allow all that fluid space to be tailored for swimming, diving, and water polo. For training, a 25-yard cross course makes it simple for practice to become perfect. And when it comes to championship swimming, Murtha track start blocks with sleek custom finishes are the perfect element to prompt exceptional performance. When the seats are filled and the lights are up, remember what it took to make this aquatic dream come true. Water, vision, creation.
All right, and we're back for the final event of the evening here at the FMC Natatorium in lovely Westmont, Illinois. 200-meter backstroke in lane 1, Alyssa Brault from St. Charles. Lane 2, Megan Mead from New Trier. Lane 3, Audrey Richardson from NASA. Lane 4, Allison Butendorp from Barrington. Lane 5, Jane Sanderson from New Trier. Lane 6, Amanda Nick NG
Yep.
from Lifetime. Lane 7, Samantha Weigel from Maverick. Lane 8, Quinn Bike from St. Charles. Lane 9, Abby Taut from Wolfpack. 200 backstroke, 4 lengths of the pool backstroke.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Abby is our tallest competitor in this heat. I just walked and talked to her for a little bit, and she's
a tall girl. Well, she definitely did not start very tall out there in lane 9.
0.59 for Amanda NG, 0.58 for Jane Sanderson, and Sophia 0.57. And Quinn Bike over
Quinn
there.
Bike.
Yep, 57 as well. So strategy here, I would say roughly the same as it would be for most of the 200s. You want to go out easy speed and get that second 50 going, and then really crank it on that third 50 and bring it home.
Right, so how do they stay straight in backstroke here? So we're out at 33-1 for Amanda in lane 6 and Megan in lane 2.
Well, indoors, I would tell them to find a spot on the ceiling and kind of stick to it as best they can. Usually use a line or something that they can use. But if they have really good equal power going with both arms, they won't move
They
very
don't
much.
move too much,
No.
right? Yeah, it's outdoors when it's on a clear day. That's when the fun really starts.
Oh
in
yeah,
backstroke.
I've hit my hand on the lane line a few times doing that. Hit my head on the lane line. And,
Yeah, pretty much hit everything. So the first 100, Amanda from Lifetime out in a
109.57.
109.57.
Jane Sanderson's right behind her.
109.6, and it looks like Allison's having a rough go in lane 4.
Yeah, she missed the earlier event, didn't she? She missed the 400 free, so hoping everything's okay with Allison.
Whoa.
And we have some
Computer
glitches by our staff
Falling
here
everywhere.
with the Power V Media. They decided to wreck their own equipment here, but can't thank them enough. Power V Media guys have been awesome this weekend.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
They put forth a great show. So anybody listening, if you guys ever want people to help you out, Power V is the way to go. So it looks like we got a comfortable lead here.
Jane
with
Sanderson,
Jane.
yeah, from New Trier.
Alexis looks pretty happy with her swimmer right now. She's getting into that, jumping mode right now because she's excited.
Yeah, she had a nice swim there.
221.87 for Jane. That's a really nice swim.
That's a very good swim. The Olympic trial cut here is 2:14.69. This next heat, they'll be close. I'm going to say they'll be close, but I'm thinking
Abby Taut, lane 9, ended up second with a
Outside smoke
223.
there.
Yeah.
good for her. And
Samantha Weigel from the Mavs in third, 224.91.
so we go on to Heat 2 of the women's 200-meter backstroke. A final, lane 1, Sophia Szymanski from Glenbrook. Lane 2, Paige Armstrong from St. Charles. Lane 3, Alexandra Eastman from Patriot. Lane 4, Michelle Kaner from Glenbrook. Lane 5, Madison Dorn from Reach Aquatics. Lane 6, Molly Yetter from St. Charles. Lane 7, Molly Lumsden from GSC. Lane 8, Jamie Kolar from Hinsdale Swim Club. And lane 9, Vera Connick, the youngster here, 13 from Palatine.
Young gal there, and she got a shout out on the webpage.
Yeah, go Vera.
Somebody here, looks like it was Maya Connick wrote in, "Go Vera." So
Thank you, Maya, for watching and listening.
that's right.
So again, 2:14.69 is the Olympic trial standard, and then 2:12.94 is wave 2. That's
Well, you've got three girls within 0.5 of each other.
right.
Two of them broke 2 minutes this morning in yards. One of them was 2:00:09. So this could turn out to be a really good race.
And they're off. Look at them go.
0.59 for the best, Molly Yetter from St. Charles.
And Backstroke seems to be a little bit quicker on the reaction times than the other events.
Yeah. The one thing that I would say to most of my swimmers when they're swimming the 200 backstroke is to make sure you try and conserve your legs as much as possible that first 100, because they really start to get tired and lose them in that second 100 if you're not careful.
So out first, Michelle Kaner, 32-1 from Glenbrook. But after our discussion yesterday, 200-meter backstroke long course is a rough event. You're hurting. Your legs are on fire at the end.
Backstroke's a pretty leg-driven event, and the longer it goes, the harder your legs work and the more tired you get. So
I don't know, but I think from a fast perspective, the 200 breast, if you're good, that's the one that probably hurts the most. I'm not good at 200 breast, so it never hurt.
I never hurt in a 200 breaststroke because I probably never tried.
Well, I mean, I tried. I just didn't go anywhere. 107.2 for Michelle in the first 100, 107.6 for Madison right behind her.
So they would have to even split in order to be able to get the trial cut. So
which is possible in backstroke.
In backstroke, absolutely.
But those three that we were talking about within a half second are basically within a half second of each other now.
It's a great race. You got a little possibility. Vera Connick and then the other youngster in lane 1 are pushing it pretty good too.
Yeah, so lead kind of changed there. Went to Audrey.
Audrey Eastman.
Alexandra, sorry.
Oh, Alex. I was right. Okay.
I was looking at the wrong heat. Alexandra with the fastest third 50 there. And let's see if who wants it most on is that what you think? Who wants it more on the last 50?
It's always got to be.
Right.
They say don't ever look, but you have your peripheral vision.
Oh, sure.
You can see it out, where that hand is. And
yeah, but don't sit on Vera out there in lane 9.
Look at her.
She's
that 13-year-old is really
fast.
pushing.
She's having a great finish. Dives for the wall.
34.16. She had the fastest split by 4/10.
Yeah.
That's a great close.
Eastman, your champion, 2:18.
2:18.07.
Just 3.5
Michelle
seconds.
Kaner, 2:18.08. She beat her by 100.
That's a tight race right there.
That is a great race.
And in third, Vera Connick, 2:18.73.
Yep.
And so on to the final event. 2 heats to go here. Heat 1, lane 1, Liam Shannon. Oh, nope. We had a reseed.
Oh, yeah,
on
we
this
did
one.
have a reseed. Very good.
Yeah, so lane 1, Caleb Yao from FMC. Lane 2, Sean Finley from Lincoln Way. Lane 3, Andrew Lynn from Champaign. Lane 4, John Burke from Maverick. Lane 5, Nolan Layman, younger brother of
Big Donnie.
That's FMC.
Right.
Lane 6, Arnav Deshpande, also younger
little brother of Ayesh.
So our backstrokers usually younger brothers.
It seems like it.
Lane 7, Brandon Johnson from Lamont. Lane 8, Quinlan Collins from FMC. And lane 9, Liam Shannon from FMC. What do we got here? 2:02.99 is the long course Olympic trial standard. Boys will be, I'm sure that's their ultimate goal, but it's probably a goal for another 3 years, I would imagine, at this point.
At least in this first heat. I think you've got one or two that might be able to push for it in that second heat.
Oh, they'll definitely be pushing for it, for sure. But this heat, is just about experience racing and getting in a long course swim that they haven't gotten in a year and a half.
Well, not to mention that this meet has been ridiculously fast.
For sure. So fast. So what do you think that we can discuss? 29 for Nolan, 30 for Caleb. Do you think what do you attribute so much speed for at this meet? Like usually Illinois doesn't have meets that are this fast or this deep, I should say.
Honestly, I would attribute it to two things. Number one, I think the pool, the way it's been built, I think that's a fast pool. But also, I think that with the COVID, I think that we're just itching to get back in and swim fast. So everybody's been trained and ready to go.
Yeah, so Nolan out in a 102.
102.89.
Lane 9, Liam Shannon with a 103 out there outside Smoke in second place. He's putting together a nice little swim.
Looks like lane 4 is also making a good run at it, John Burke.
John Burke from Mavericks.
Yeah. There's that easy name that we like.
Yeah, John Burke. Andrew Lynn.
Yeah.
Arnav Deshpande.
Although it's not Kane Chris, it's not that cool.
No Kane Chris, although he was there this morning.
Yes, he was.
This morning. 136, so 33.7 for Nolan and 33.8 for John. Liam just dropped off just a little bit there, 35.1. That 50 hurt him a little bit. But let's see if he can hang on for third.
It looks like John is pushing Nolan to the breaking point and starting to pass him now. So looks like John had saved his legs a little bit more. But Nolan's still having a fine race.
Yeah. John definitely saved his legs, and his tempo seemed to be a little bit quicker.
209.5 for John, 210.5 for Nolan. So
212 down there in lane 9 from Liam. Nice swim, gentlemen.
That last 50 for John, 32.4.
Yeah.
That
was really fast.
That's nice. And Liam finished strong too, 33.8. So nice swim, gentlemen.
So now we go to Heat 2, final event of the evening. We have lane 1, Michael Bennington from FMC. Lane 2, Joshua Knoll from Peoria.
That guy's a stud.
Lane 3, Lucas Conrads from FMC. Lane 4, Jaden Heinlein from Patriot. Lane 5, Griffin O'Leary from Barrington. Lane 6, Dylan Barrow from Wheaton. Lane 7, Matthew Gibson from the Flying Fish. Lane 8, Andrew Kelly from NASA. And lane 9, Brady Johnson, 14 years old, from FMC.
That's ridiculous fast. He and the current record holder are in this heat together, Griffin O'Leary, for the 13-14 200 backstroke record. So,
yeah. So we had 3 gentlemen go 147 this morning. So you think they'd be close to 202?
I do.
They'll be close.
I think they will be close. I'm not sure if they'll get it or not, but I know that Griffin O'Leary's coach was saying that, he wanted to have a strong, steady race this morning, and then he definitely did that. So, looking for some good stuff tonight too.
Jaden Heinlein kind of making his debut this weekend at the senior level because he's been an age group stud.
Yeah.
For the last few years,
especially backstroke.
He's crushed some of the state records as well, especially 100 back and 50 back. I know he was really fast, and obviously 147 still is pretty fast.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So we'll see what these guys can do. You probably want them out under a minute, right? Right around 59 for that first 100.
If you want to go for the cut, you want to be right at 59 high or 00 low.
202.99 is wave 1. 200.8 is wave 2. Let's just try to get some of these guys into wave 1.
I was telling Rob Emery, I'm not sure how Griffin O'Leary can swim backstroke that fast with the head position like that.
Yeah,
but he just catches so much water with his strength and power. He's got unbelievable power.
Right, he's out pretty quick with a 28.6.
28.6.
He's got a lot of endurance. Definitely not someone who works as underwaters very much.
Dylan Bureau, second, 29.3. Yeah, I don't think Griffin worries about his underwaters because he knows that his swim's going to take care of itself.
He just wants to get on top of the water and start swimming.
He's just so powerful. I mean, that stroke is just. So he's out 57, 58, out in 59 too. He's got a shot at it.
Yeah, he's definitely right in the ballgame. 30.6 there. So if he can even split that, 30.6, 30.6, he'll be right there.
Yeah. My guy Josh doing a nice little 5th place right now.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to give him a shout out, just because I can.
For sure.
But man, Griff's really going for it.
Josh get under 150 the first time.
Jaden and Dylan are flanking him.
So what, you want to be 130, 131 here for sure. No slower than that.
131 2. So
131
fell off a little bit, 31.9. So he's going to have to come back in basically a 30 point if he wants a shot at it.
30.7, but he's brought his legs into it on this last 50, and it looks like his tempo is slightly increased. Jaden Heinland's really increased his tempo here.
Look at that comeback for Jaden.
He's swimming strong on this last 50. Not probably enough to make the trial cut for him. Let's see, 201, 202, just off.
203.2.
203.20.
205.
Just off the cut of
you had
202,
Matthew Gibson
99.
coming in with a 32.1 last 50, so that's really good. You had Dylan Bureau in fourth.
Yeah, Jaden Heinland,
my guy
32.1.
Josh with fifth. So
nice job, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a great race, fellas. I mean, 203.2, it's right there.
That's an awesome swim.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, even though you didn't make the trial cut, you just off. So that concludes our swims for this evening. Great night again of racing. Coming tomorrow night, we have the 1500, which is 30 lengths of the pool.
That's going to be a lot of fun to talk about because
we're going to be chatting a lot.
We're going to be talking about some other things. So
bring your stories.
So here's what we want from you guys that are listening. We want you to come up with something that you want us to talk about during that mile while we're giving the
Ask Longbeard anything.
That's right. Longbeard, ask the voice.
So we got the 1500, then we got the 200 IM, the 50 free, and the 200 breast.
Yeah, so you got the
super long and super short.
Super short. And which one of those is the best event? Well, obviously the 50.
Right.
Obviously. On a personal note, well, at least not personal for me, but we have Coach Monica Chiappetta reaching out to one of her swimmers on the comments saying, go Maddie. So I want to make sure that Maddie gets out there and she heard that. So Maddie from Reach Aquatics in that 200 backstroke.
200 back, had a nice swim.
Yeah, so
all right,
had a good time with you tonight, Case.
As always.
Yes, sir.
As always, Derek. It was fun. We'll do it again tomorrow night?
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you all for listening, and we will see you back. Well, we will not see. We won't see anybody, but
hopefully they don't see us.
We will see the swimmers tomorrow.
All right, you guys.
Hour earlier tomorrow night, though. Hour earlier.
That's right. So everybody have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, and we're out.